Well, here we are. I am sitting here with my 97 GMC 2500 HD F-coated bin. My name is Dave Brandt. Some of you guys will know me as Sean, and others may know me as Mr. S. Anyway, what we have here is a vehicle I purchased with a blown engine for a reasonable amount of money. And what I did was I bought another engine as a runner, but of course I chose to make it a core and rip it apart. I went through it entirely. I balanced the reciprocating assembly, including using almost, if I remember correctly, almost half an ounce of Mallory metal in the crankshaft. That's rather sickening. I went through, I believe it was 53 connecting rods before I found 8 I was happy with. A beautiful crank that was in this block, and the heads that were with it. Not a crack anywhere, by the way. A 599 casting from a 94 with a mechanical injection system. This is now, of course, been converted to a DS4 pump by myself. And this has been a rather interesting project. As I said, I went through a lot of painstaking, shall we say, pickiness to find the right parts. And when I did find the right parts, I assembled the engine myself, balanced it on a half-gram balance, which I was quite happy with for a diesel engine. I, of course, used absolutely no eBay parts whatsoever. I shopped entirely Canadian. I used Felpro gaskets, Hastings rings, sealed power, various other parts, oil pump, etc. A Cloy's timing set was naturally employed, as I am an old car guy and I don't believe in buying junk. And I basically used common sense when I assembled this engine, and it really, as you can hear by the way it's running, was rewarded with a decent running engine. All it took was a little bit of common sense, not being stupid, not believing what people tell you, and just using what you know works. I, of course, went through this engine very meticulously, replaced the frost bugs, cleaned out the oil galleries, cleaned the waterways, brand new water pump with the heavy duty pump, of course, 130 gallon per hour model. I put new Boss Duratherm glow plugs in, Standine brand new fuel injectors. As I said, also I built new glow plug harnesses to the left and right bank, right from the glow plug controller itself, all crimped and soldered, as per a guy on our diesel forum that I belong to called the dieselplace.com, a guy named Hamoff, a very knowledgeable fella in soldering, and I've always done soldering heat shrink, but after learning some things I've learned from him, I've employed crimps as well, and using, of course, no junk connectors whatsoever. I'm very happy with how this engine turned out. I wish half the gas engines I built turned out as well. I'd be probably in a better financial position today. But that goes to show when you don't spare any expense. Like I said, I balanced the reciprocating assembly. I chose some very beautiful parts to get the best that I could find available to me. I didn't spend money where it did not need to be spent. I haven't tallied up the bills yet on what I spent, but I don't think it was $3,500 bucks. Granted, I built the engine myself. I removed the old one. I used the injector pump from the original engine. I had no reason not to trust it, as the engine I removed from this truck had a broken crankshaft. So therefore it told me that everything else was working, and once again my thought process was rewarded with results of a running engine. I primed the engine as I thought it should have been done. again through the diesel place forum that I belong to. My username is Biker Dave. And anyway, I was reading a forum from another guy, a Marine guy. I believe his name was Marine IKI. And he was telling another guy on another post how to prime a mechanical pump engine. I just naturally applied common sense with the electric version, as I have the 97, and again was rewarded with results. I primed it to the fuel filter, at which point in time I then shut that bleed valve down. I opened the injector valves, or the injector lines I should say. Sorry, my mistake there in pronunciation. I disabled the glow plug controller so there was no heat to the glow plugs. I rolled it over for about 20 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds at a time, and waited till I had fuel at all injector lines, at which point in time I cranked the injector lines tight. I hooked up the glow plug controller, I turned the key, and I was rewarded with a running engine. I had absolutely no drama. I had proper oil pressure right away, and I was happy with everything that happened here. So this, once again, is a prime result of when you do a little bit